Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? You know, I've been thinking there is something to be said about the elitist one percenters who are radicalizing and steering this country off of a cliff. And that's their main objective. It really is, if you really think about it. They want us to fail. They want us to fail so they can be more successful, so they can succeed with their agenda. And it's disgusting. And there's not a damn thing that we can do to stop it. There are major driving forces that are behind the destructive radicalism in the US that are ushering the nation into a cultural civil war. Not the civil war that you think, but a cultural civil war. There are about 3 or 4 super radicals who push the most divisive ideology. All of them are rich and educated, if you will. And these super radicals have graduate degrees, not just graduate studies. They have family incomes above 150,000. They live in large cities. These people make up a unique elite 1%. It's not very many, but it's enough to drive these forces to where they can get anything that they want and push agendas to make our lives miserable. '46 holds a overall, I'll say that, 41% approval rating. But amongst the aforementioned rich elitist 1%ers, they give him a 82% approval rating. And why is that? Well, it's because they get what they want with him in office, while the rest of us are literally scraping to get by. Nearly half of this group favor Sanders-like policy. Sanders meaning Bernie. You know, the socialism platform. And as you might expect, around 3 in 4 from this rich elitist 1% group, they are registered Dems. Another thing that these people seem to abhor is freedom. Why? Of all things. While more than half of America in general now agrees that there is no longer enough individual freedom afforded to Americans, nearly half of these rich elitists say that there's too much freedom and that individual liberty has to be scaled back more dramatically. Too much freedom. Let that sink in. Too much freedom. Do they not enjoy the same freedoms that the rest of us enjoy? The freedom to speak when we want, the freedom of religion, the right to bear arms. Aren't we all equal here in this beautiful country that we call home? Don't we all breathe the same air? Don't we all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time? Do we or do we not have beating hearts? Regardless of how much money you have in this life or the next, we all go into the same size hole in the ground. None of us are different. We're all humans, regardless of how we see one another or how they see us, worthless eaters, peons, or how we see them. Doesn't matter. But with that being said, it's not surprising to know that the elite 1% have great faith in this government. More than half of them trust them to do the right thing at the right time. How? What have they done to show you that they deserve that trust? I haven't seen it. But shockingly and disgustingly, these rich elitists and politically obsessed rich elitists admit to the fact that they would rather cheat than lose. Wow. Talk about being a sore loser. Average Americans, we reject cheating. We accept defeat. All right, you got me. I lost, you won. I'm sorry to say this, but it's not going to be long now before America, as we currently know it, will cease to be. And it sucks. It's not what it was when we were growing up. We're not the same country anymore. It's so hard to believe. It's a hard idea to grasp. It's a hard reality to grasp. But it's the truth. I think that the elites have always had that power grab. They've always had that grasp. And we just didn't know it back then. But now that we all know it, I think they like that we know it. Sickening. All right, guys, I'm out of here, okay? I can't even think about this anymore because it literally, yeah. I will see you guys in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.